Global battery metals versus American battery metals and sun hydrogen stocks update. So we will begin with global battery metals. I believe it's a Canadian company, and it was brought to attention by some of the viewers on our channel, and yesterday it closed up about 101%, and obviously there was something going on there. We have not been able to find any new news. I think we have to try and find out what was behind that, and we might be able to find one down here. And so we're trying to compare the two of them, because one of the things they indicated was that people were moving away from American battery metals and going to global battery metals. And if we're going to compare them, we will just have a look. First of all, global battery metals is still worth $82.8 million, 442.9 million shares outstanding, whereas global American battery metals is a behemoth already, worth $1.9 billion. It's a small cap. Of late, billion-dollar companies are regarded, or rather, $2 billion companies are regarded as a small cap. That's where we are right now. And then 407, about 10 times more shares outstanding. And we also have a position in American battery metals. We have to let you know that. And if we are going to compare, it's easily, it's a no-brainer. Where would you, if you have to choose between the two of them for now, where would you be? I mean, it's tempting to say, well, easily global battery metals. I mean, it's still cheap. But already it is nearly half of what American battery metals is. And what does that indicate? By the time it gets to $4, we are going to be looking at a valuation of about roughly $170 million. So does that is that the end? It just simply points to the fact that it could even run way beyond $4. I mean, this is not the fact. This is not what is going to happen. This is not a prediction. This is not even an analysis or anything like that. I mean, we're trying to compare if global battery metals is going to reach $1.9 billion, and if it has 42.9 million shares, it just simply means that the share price will, go increase beyond $4. We're talking about something close to $40. But at the same time, this is just an arbitrary an analysis, just arbitrary. But at the same time, even though it is arbitrary, but market participants are looking at exactly that. And what matters is not the fundamentals, what we think, and all those things. The concrete thing is, if people are looking at this is the next American battery metals. And they're saying, okay, let's push the price, the market cap of global battery metals from $82 million to $1.9 billion. I mean, is that how they think or anything like that? I mean, never say never, So, but if this is an assumption, and if this is what they're going to do and they want to do, how can they get there? One of the ways they can get there is to keep buying it until they push it up to $40. And then when it gets to $40, then we're talking about close to $1.9 billion. I mean, and at the same time, all of these comparisons are not out of place. You can also see that it has already happened. This does not also mean that it will also happen with global battery metals and American battery metals. Plug power dragged fuel cell up. People, couldn't get into plug power because I had the train that is plug power had already left the station. The price was getting too high, and they jumped on fuel cell energy. And then fuel cell energy went from probably something even lower than $5, and it is now at 20 something dollars and some fraction. I think we actually made a video and we were asking, will fuel cell energy get to $20? It has already reached and surpassed that. So it does happen. It can happen, but even though that the fact it happened, that it doesn't mean that it will happen in this case. But at the same time as well, on the other hand, they can still get to a market cap of about $1.9 billion by probably increasing the number of shares, and that way raising more capital, issuing more shares, and then diluting the shareholders who are there already, and then they can subsequently reach that $1.9 billion or $1 billion valuation, and also keeping the price affordable. Because if they issue more shares, they're likely to dilute the share. I mean, it's a dilution, and maybe the price might still be, will be tempered. It will be kept. It will be kept from running up too high. But yeah, companies don't exactly like their shares to be too cheap as such, because there are a lot of issues that can come up from their regulatory listing issues, and so these are the other ways they can do that. But assuming they're not going to do that, assuming they're not going to dilute shares, and all that stuff, but then the other way, which is for market participants to dive in and keep buying it. But at the same time as well, if they keep on buying it, they will go on and raise capital. That is what's going to happen. So this $42.9 million, 42.9 million shares we're looking at right here, it is likely going to increase, because if they have $82.8 million, they are definitely looking for money. They are definitely looking for finance. And it is when we, of late, it is our involvement, our interest, in them, in global battery metals, and indeed ABML, and other stocks, including Sun Hydrogen, we're going to cover in a few minutes now. And by the time we do that, we help them improve their financial ability, their fundraising ability, which is very, very, very concrete. So there's a good chance that in as much as we think, or rather, in as much as I've indicated that one way they can do that is for market participants to keep on buying to push it up, or when they're looking at the market cap of these two stocks. And so the more we get involved, the more the likelihood of global battery metal executives going out there to raise more capital and probably dilute the shares, So it's not a bad thing as such, We all stand a chance of benefiting from it. So easily, I would say, I would say, in my own opinion, buy the two of them. Don't sell completely from American battery metals and jump into global battery metals. If you have the resources, get on the two of them. If it means you're going to sell off a bit of American battery metals, and then get some of global battery metals. So this also brings back to the point of always trying to leave some money, some cash available for eventualities. They always arise. They always come up. But it's not as simple as that. It's not. I mean, cash is a limited resource. You can never have enough. By the time you take a position in one thing or the other, you're already tied. You can never have a spare left. You can never always. If you have it now, you may not have it again later on. Okay, so this is just to compare the two of them, but all in all, it's run up a huge gain. You can see we covered global battery metals in our last video thereabout. So it is also trading so far away from its short-term trend lines, but it still makes sense. The temptation to get in on it is very high, so I wouldn't dissuade you from getting in. But if you have to go in, get in. Don't stake your savings in it. Just a small amount of money, and you see how it goes. And that is also the case with ABML. It's gradually increasing in price now as well. So you have to, if you can afford to buy it at this current price, you can also do so. So let's have a look at Sun Hydrogen. This might take some time. Okay, so we have a position in Sun Hydrogen as well. Sun Hydrogen closed up, I believe, about nearly 10%. And the good thing about it is that it is trying to retrace that. It's trying to challenge that all-time high of 30 cents. So it's currently at roughly 24 cents. And if we can try and see if we can do an extension level projection, I think we can choose, let's see if we can choose 23 cents, and then this 20 cents, so thereabout, and then 24 cents. So I think we have done that in the past. We still had a price, an extension level of 29 cents. I think we can still maintain that 29 cents for an extension level. That's the next extension level from the current 24 cent it is now, which is roughly that all-time high as well, roughly there. And then 100% extension level, which is the next one after the 61.8 extension level, we'll put it at probably roughly 32 cents. I think that analysis or projection we had some days ago is still intact, because even though it's closed up 10% in the last session of the 8th of February, it still hasn't reached that extension level, so we will still maintain that. So if you are new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for pushing the subscriber count beyond 1,000, and let's keep subscribing. In the last week, we had about 9,000 unique viewers of our videos. So if all of you signed up, if all of you subscribe, we will definitely have a subscriber count that is way beyond 10,000. So thank you very much for watching this video and supporting this channel.